In Chapter 2, we'll be discussing sociological research and how we conduct that research. You'll often hear people talk about the full moon and how criminals come out during the full moon and the crime rate goes up. Well, scientific research does not support that conclusion, and so that's why we conduct research. It may make perfect sense to us that the full moon is supposed to attract criminals, but in reality, it doesn't. So in sociological science, we have to follow the scientific method. So we have to ask a question, research existing sources, formulate a hypothesis, design and conduct a study, draw conclusions from that study, and then report out the results. You may have recently been approached by a census worker who came out to get some information for the 2020 census. So that is done in questionnaire format, and that's a common research method used by sociologists. As we see here, American Idol uses a real-time survey system to allow members of the live studio audience to vote on contestants. So research methods, the sociological research is a very complex process. As you can see, a lot goes into even a simple research design. There are many steps and much to consider when collecting data on human behavior, as well as interpreting and analyzing the data in order to form conclusive results. Sociologists use scientific method for good reason. The scientific method provides a system of organization that helps researchers plan and conduct the study while ensuring the data and results are reliable, valid, and objective. A lot of these surveys, a lot of these studies will be reproduced many times. It's only through that reproduction that we see if things have changed over time. So many methods are available to researchers, including experiments, surveys, field studies, secondary data analysis. They all come with their advantages and disadvantages. The strength of a study can depend on the choice and implementation of the appropriate method of gathering research. Depending on the topic, a study might use a single method or a combination of methods to gather that research. It's important to plan a research design before undertaking the study. To finish off Chapter 2, I want to talk about some ethical concerns that we encounter when dealing with conducting research. So sociologists and sociology students take ethical responsibility for any study that they conduct. They must first and foremost guarantee the safety of their participants. Whenever possible, they must ensure that the participants have been fully informed before consenting to be part of a study. The American Sociological Association maintains ethical guidelines that sociologists must take into account as they conduct research. The guidelines address conducting studies properly using existing sources, accepting funding, and publishing results. Sociologists must try to maintain value neutrality. They must gather and analyze data objectively and set aside their personal preferences, beliefs, and opinions. They must report findings accurately, even if they contradict personal convictions. So that's the end of Chapter 2. I think it's very important that we all understand what the ramifications are of conducting research, and that we take responsibility for that research, not only while we're conducting it, but also when we're reporting it out. We'll see you in Chapter 3.